There we go. There's a little delay on that mug. All
Indeed.
right, got it. All righty. Islam, peace and love. Pazia more people. Happy Sunday, happy Soul Day, whatever you like to call it. We like to thank you all, non-statutory, for joining us for another AstroCivics Sunday. I am Brother Sean Aleem L, and bro, um, sometimes we throw a couple different appellations and terms out there, man. What was it that we did? What was it? Hey, whoa,
Braveheart,
whoa.
Braveheart. I just be thinking, how do I look sometimes? I do that going, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes I was just thinking
thank
like,
you.
all right, today, how am I gonna come a different way, but still come the same way?
Indeed.
But
Yes,
I'm here
indeed.
with my bro, and he is hopefully you
Peace,
there
grace
or
to
maybe
y'all.
there.
Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here in Morocco at Northwest Mexico. How are you? Guys, let's get started. We're here for our Astro-Civic Sunday, number 59, Holy Koran Devotional. We're at chapter 15 right now in our Holy Koran Devotional countdown. And I guess I'm just going to get right to it, bro, right?
Indeed, I'll be starting us off. Brother Hassan will be doing going to the first letter, and I'll be doing the second letter, and then, yep, there we go. We'll get into this. Man, these are like the real good chapters, though, bro. But all of them are though. But like for the
Yeah.
I Am Identity Jesus ones, like man, when you like
Mm-hmm.
really break it down and look at it. But I'll get
Islam.
it started.
All right, guys, we're going to extend all five appendages on the left hand. It's the index and middle on the right. We're going to face east, which is symbolic metaphysically to go on within. And we can repeat after Brother Sean either aloud or in our hearts as he goes over our invocation in, turn the motion back to prayer. And with that, I yield the floor. Islam, bro.
Islam.
Islam.
All right. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
The Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My God.
My guide.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
Amen. Amen.
Indeed, indeed. All right, to get to that first letter to be read in every meeting. Moor Holy Temple of Science Administrative Functions, pages 84 and 85. The following is a letter written by Prophet Noble Drew Ali on the 18th day of January, Anno Domini, 1928, Anno Domini. He commanded that it be read before every meeting. Administrative Function, Moor Science Temple of America. Home Office, 3603 Indiana Avenue, Noble Drew Ali founder, Chicago, Illinois, January 18th, 1929. To be proclaimed in every meeting, dear brother, Islam. I'm glad to know that I have few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There's a host of jealousy, quote unquote, about me and the movement now by the same people of our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as an American citizen, they are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. I've notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that contribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that paid their divine respect to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I'm calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance, and I need it bad. Never before have I needed finance as badly as I do at present, that I may shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my, quote, fame and nobility, end quote, period. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without me, the prophet, being the head. It has been proven by my work in which I have performed in the last few months, because I was at the governor's inauguration to represent the Moorish Divine and National Movement, and I will be at the inauguration of President Hoover for the same cause. Noble Drew Ali. Now we're here in the Moorish literature, excerpts from the Moorish Guide newspaper on pages 12 and 13, of course. Handsomely standing due guard in his Moorish Sharif Fez and Abba. It's Prophet Noble Drew Ali there on page 12. And on page 13, we yield the floor to our beloved brother in whom we will please, Brother Shawn Islam.
Islam. Divine warning by the Prophet. Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warns all Muslim governors ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work and their homes on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be a severe consequence. We are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple of the Prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive the reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. Our true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their Prophet. If they lose confidence in their Prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the Prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if the Prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The Prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their Prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the Prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. By order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Islam. Peaceful greetings to you all. Brother Dark Black Bay is in the chat saying Islam, everyone. Islam, Brother Dark Black Bay. Islam. Alrighty. So, chapter 15 is what we're going in today. And there are, in total, 17 minutes to degree 15, or 17 verses to chapter 15, right? And we're going to yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom will please, Brother Shawn as he goes in and reads those different minutes, and I get my, as normal, I'm serious, member, type of ad-libbing going on there. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom will please, Brother Shawn Islam.
Islam. Chapter 15. Jesus goes to the wilderness for self-examination, where he remaineth 40 days, is subjected to 3 temptations. He overcomes, returns to the camps of John, and begins teaching. All right, here we go. 1. The harbinger had paved the way. The logos have been introduced to men as love made manifest, and he must now begin his divine ministry.
Look at that. The harbinger had paved the way, and the logos, right? The embodiment of what was said, what was spoken, prophecy manifested, then introduced to minds as love made manifest. And he must now begin his divine ministry. Look at that. Talk about first aid ministry, right? the real first aid ministry, as we do honorably within 7 Hill Star, right? I yield, or by 7 Hill Star. Let me say that. Go ahead, I yield.
And he went forth into the wilderness to be alone with Allah, that he might look into his inner heart and note its strength and worthiness.
Interessante. Where can man meet Allah? In the heart, right? I yield.
And with himself he talked. He said, my lower self is strong. By many ties I am bound to carnal life.
Wow. So, in other words, he sees many different things in the material world that he would have to let go, so to speak, in order to take full advantage and full enjoyment in the spiritual realm, right? So he would have to come out of that Egyptian thinking to be in the Israelitish thinking, right? Because Egypt is mental bondage to sense consciousness, being bound to materiality, and Israelite is spiritual consciousness. Period. That's it. That's all. That's the metaphysics. We're not going to complicate it. I yield.
Have I the strength to overcome and give my life a willing sacrifice for men? So we got 5. When I shall stand before the face of men, and they demand a proof of my messiahship, what will I say?
Ah, look at that. These are really good questions, right? Okay, go ahead. I yield.
And the tempter came and said, quote, if you be son of Allah, command these stones to turn to bread.
Right.
And Jesus said, who is that man's a test? It is no sign that one is son of Allah because he does a miracle. The devils can do mighty things.
Yeah, so all this, the tempter didn't show up until, seemingly questionable doubt came up. Or, have I the strength to overcome and give my life a willing sacrifice for men? When I shall stand before the face of men and they demand proof of my what will I say? And boom, here we go. He was like, oh, my lower self is strong. Have I the strength to overcome? What do I say when I stand here? And then here's the tempter. Just want to point out that there were 3 things that kind of took place. Right?
All right. And Jesus said, who is that demands a test? It is no sign that one is, oh, pardon me, wrong one. Did not the Gentiles do great things before the Pharaoh?
And did not the Gentile magicians do great things before the Pharaoh? All right, question mark. Hey, yo, bro.
My words and deeds and all the walks of life shall be the proof of my messiahship.
Look at that. That means he's gonna be equitable. He's gonna do equity so he may receive equity. Yeah.
And then the tempter said, if you would go into Jerusalem and from the temple, pinnacle cast down yourself to earth, the people will believe you that you are the Messiah sent from Allah.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. Go into your metaphysical Bible dictionary and look up things like Gentile and Messiah and Jerusalem. Look those things up. And Jesus and David and devil. Right? I yield.
This you can surely do, for did David not say, he gives his angels charge concerning you, and with their will they uphold lest you should fall.
Uh-huh. Go ahead, do some materialistic type shit, some material minded shit with your spiritual mindedness. It's like, man, for what? Is that really gonna make people, believe? And why do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, the people are only concerned with what they want to be concerned with. You know what I mean? Like the few beings that join us here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful and grateful. You know what I mean? But the people that join us here when they catch our lives or whatever the case may be, it's obviously where they want to be. You know what I mean? And I trust this for good. You know what I mean? For themselves, to learn for themselves, have things for themselves. You know what I mean? Brother Tyro says, peace and love, everyone. And Devon Bay says, Islam, supreme love and light indeed. Right? Yes, divine timing it is, Devon. All right. I yield the floor to you, bro, Islam.
And Jesus said, I may not tempt the Lord, my God, Allah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what is there to show off? I yield.
And then the tempter said, look forth upon the world. Behold its honors and its fame. Behold its wealth, its pleasures, and its wealth.
Continue. I yield. It's just like, yeah. Then what? What? Lose my spiritual mindedness
Mm.
because having more wealth or finance things of that nature. Yeah, it could be helpful, but why do I have to do something or to get something? It's like ultimately, it shows that the tempter is discriminating. Because why isn't it just for who Yeshua is already? Why isn't that just good enough? This him be himself. Why is there? Well, do this and then this will happen. Like, why does it only have to happen that way? That sounds like discrimination. It sounds like well, in order for this outcome to happen, this has to be done. That's discriminating. Just how I see it. Go ahead, I yield.
Indeed. If you will, give your life for these, they shall be yours.
Give up life for material so you can have material. I guess that's what happens when people fill out applications to be co-trustees. And now everything in your life that you have, from house, car, whatever it is, and you were requested to give a ID and 9-digit number, which is an employee benefits number called a social security number. To gain all this material, you had to give up your life. You had to give your life. But how do we do, but Brother Hasan, how do we do it any other way? That's what we've been studying about. We've been studying about being equitable, like I already mentioned earlier. The spirit of equity has always been coming off our tongue, is what we've been speaking. You know what I'm saying? It's always been equity. It's just that equity hasn't been verbalized as much as it has within these last couple of moon cycles. Because obviously there's something that needs to happen for that to occur. Mother Janelle Blashell says, peaceful greetings, Mother Janelle. And Brother Derek Blash Bay says, correct. Right? All right. Yield the floor to our beloved Brother Sean. Yield, bro.
But Jesus said, away from me, all tempting thoughts. My heart
all
is
tempting
fixed.
Thoughts. Oh, hold on. The tempter. So this is something going on inside of Yeshua. So the Egyptian thoughts is what, popped up. He's like, meh, I'm going to do this Israelite thinking type thing. So he responds in an Israelite fashion. Go ahead, I yield.
My heart is fixed. I spurn this carnal self with all its vain ambition and its pride.
My heart is fixed. That sounds very Leonian. Sounds like Leo. Fixed fire. Who's the heart? Okay, go ahead, I yield.
For 40 days did Jesus wrestle with this carnal self. His higher self prevailed. He then was hungry. But his friends had found him and they ministered to him.
Look at that. And him starting his divine ministry. The tempter came first. So the materialistic thoughts, doubt, and materialistic thoughts. Then that got conquered. And then he's being ministered to. After being found by friends while in a state of hunger. I yield.
Then Jesus left the wilderness and in the consciousness of holy breath. He came into the camps of John and taught.
Look at that. Sounds like he went through a transformation, I guess. All right. Went through a transformation. In that transformation, he was in the consciousness pertaining to the holy breath. Look at that. That's an Israelitish consciousness, right? Because Israelite is spiritual consciousness. Period. Refer to Metaphysical Bible Dictionaries by Charles Fillmore as a help. All right. Questions, comments, and/or suggestions. Devon Bay says, this is so mint. Right? Got you. Questions, comments, and or suggestions going twice. Thank you all for your commenting. Appreciate all 7 of you that have showed up. Mother Sahar says peaceful greetings to everyone. Peaceful greetings for everyone.
Peace.
So what I will say is make sure you guys catch us next day for our Intuition Monday. Brother Sean had already mentioned, I think, what was it, on Friday? You had mentioned about Intuition Monday, and I think it was
Should be the Sagittarius new moon.
Yeah, I think that's what. So you guys can join next day. Right? Join 7 Hill Star. So far as we can see, we got about 14 more Sundays to go. So, because we got 14 to 1 to count down to. So we got 14 more Sundays to go, which is roughly 3.5 months. Right? So we got 3.5 more months pertaining to this Holy Koran Devotional Countdown. Right? So that, we would like for you guys to honestly show up as you have been. Donate. All righty. Our Cash App are usually in the description. I got to do the description. I haven't done it just yet because we're just going live. But after this live, I'll put it in the description. We do need y'all support. We need y'all to come and get your readings too. I really think if y'all don't look at the astrology as like, if there's some mess on social media and you got so many people without fezzes on, no turbans, they just look regular Negro black colored or something, not knocking you people that associate with that. However, what it is that we do is it's actually real. It's not it isn't some charlatan bullshit. It isn't some, oh, this is fake. I have many experiences with seeing how the astrology is something that will make y'all be able to really get a hold of how to go about your life. And when you know these things, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see. I mean, because we're at a point now where I think people need to be coming to 7 Hill Star Eva. It's at least 2 to 4 times a year. You either come to us every 3 months or every 6 months. Because of the more and more that I'm seeing that, I'm interacting with beings, and the more I and Brother Sean are studying, with really all the bros, you know what I'm saying? Really, that we're all studying. We're just going in because we're doing these these Saturday astrology concept correction discussions, and it is bringing out other thoughts for us to see certain things like, all right, the people really need this more than I guess you guys know or think. I mean, how much advertising do we have to do? You know what I mean? How much sending emails do we have to do? I don't know. Maybe you guys are, I don't know. You might not have the energy to support. It's possible. People are on fixed energies, especially when we all know what we know about fiat currency and all these other things. However, there isn't enough equitable material going out just as of yet to accept and acknowledge and accept these trustee positions of these beings that are sitting the public trust in their public office. All right, where we will be able to have everything that we need without having the headache of getting Federal Reserve notes or needing Federal Reserve notes to take care of food, clothing, shelter, utilities, whatever the case may be. We'll be able to make sure that the trustees that are in position to be the trustees that they are will actually do their accounting that they need to have done to make sure whoever needs to be compensated is compensated through whatever little federal agency and things as far as the Federal Reserve is concerned, where the beneficiaries, us, do not have to be concerned with that. Everything that we've been trying to figure out. I think there's enough sacrifices. You've been told before and told many times, many will be sacrificed. Does that need to keep going on? Do people still need to go through sacrifices because you've been given a lot of the what and not too much of the how? And is the how really only equity? Making sure that we are having the trustees that are sitting in the public trust do what they need to do for the benefit of the beneficiaries. And we actually put that in actual writing. for ourselves, like for real. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we suggest, you know, Seven Hill Star for, of course, first and foremost, the astrology, but however, also first and foremost, the civics. You know what I mean? There's just been things that have always been equitable, our mindset, and all these other things. Now it's just a matter of, you know, directing and instructing anybody that punches a clock anywhere. If you punch a clock somewhere, 9 times out of 10, I'm talking me, a million times out of 10, actually, you are actually in a trustee's position, period. That's just it. That's just all. You're in a trustee's position. You know what I mean? So what I would suggest is schedule a session with us, right? Guys, we can't do shit for free. All right. Like that's not gonna happen. Please don't try to Jew us down to, oh well, I ain't got that. Like you find finances for everything else. You know what I'm saying? So a way of respecting our energy until we have these trustees directed and instructed as needed. I'm guessing in between time, in the meantime, while under, the occupied mindset of trustees who aren't clear that all they're supposed to be doing is making sure the accounting is done appropriately for us to have whatever we need without the headache of, I got to punch a clock, I got to sell this, I got to sell, you know what I'm saying? And I know maybe it's only a few people that really comprehend what I'm saying right now. I know Brother Sean gets it. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I guess, man, it is a lot easier. And I know we're going to be able to facilitate a way of saying things where it just allows people to be way more active in participating. Just participate. It's not hard. But that reminds me, after this, Brother Sean, after we do the invocation out and things like that, I'm going to close the Zoom, but I'm going to open it right back up because I want to go over those other maxims that I had just posted in both our groups so that we can kind of just read over those. You know what I mean? Before I do what I do.
Gotcha.
Devon Bay says, I'll be back more frequently. Gemini going through his journey. Okay, indeed. He also says he's been on his astrology more and more. Indeed. He gives
Indeed.
Yeah, it gives our standard, right? Moorish American flag, an agreement in 100. And Mother Sahar says, indeed. Absolutely, guys, because the things that be on my mind and forced to be where we are. And like I said, yeah, we do need your support. You know what I'm saying? We are donation based. To maintain what it is that we have, it comes out of our pocket or from your donations. Other than that, we're not selling packages. We're not pimping and hoeing out here. We don't punch a clock for someone. You see what I'm saying? We do have loved ones, you know what I'm saying, that are very gracious. You know what I'm saying? And we're thankful for our loved ones. However, guys, really look at what Seven Hill Star has done. We almost at 500 videos. Take notes. I know sometimes, the way things were said, it might have seemed cocky or Hasan's an asshole. No, it's really all comedy. It's just having fun the best way we can. If you can get over the sound of my voice and really listen to what I'm saying, don't be annoyed. Don't get pissed off. I don't like his voice, so he sounds arrogant. If you can get past that part and really see that we're just having fun, you know what I'm saying, and you really get to know me, so to speak, you'll actually see like we're not intending anything except for you to really comprehend what it is that we comprehend, because then we can do things being we for real. Yeah. For everyone that's, a member pertaining to the Moorish Divine and National Movement. You see what I'm saying? So, man, if y'all could just get out of Egypt. Get out of Egypt in your mind and get into Israel in your mind. And you will actually see that spiritual consciousness trumps the material consciousness. Higher self trumps lower self. All right. It really does. Right. So with that being said, we're going to do our invocation out. It is on me to do the invocation out. So I would ask everyone to extend all 5 appendages on the left hand, just the index and middle on the right. All right. We're going to hold these up. However, face east. All right. We're going to face east, which is metaphysically symbolic to going within. And you can repeat after me either aloud or in your hearts. Islam. Islam, the Lord, the Father of the universe.
Lord, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
My guide.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
To his holy prophet.
To his holy prophet.
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
Amen. Indeed, guys. Thank you all so much. If you hadn't gotten some sustenance, right? Go and eat good, all right, and make sure you eat some good foods that's really great for you. Be sincere, all righty. And when you go to rest and recharge well. All righty. We on behalf of 7 Hill Star, I, Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey, Brother Sean Ali Mel, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey, Brother Corey Bey, and Brother Malika Bey. We love you all. This is where we say namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace.
Peace and love.
Oh, peace. What's the